Hi there, my name is Michelle Liddy. Welcome to Living a Limitless Life. I help people connect to a positive self identity for growth and expansion in all areas of our life. One sided relationships. How do you know if you're in one? Well, I came up with a few questions to ask yourself to see and kind of gauge, am I in a one sided relationship? One of the questions is, do you feel like you give more than you receive? Another one is, do you feel drained and unappreciated or taken for granted, but struggle to change the dynamic because you feel you're going to lose the relationship if you want a reciprocal relationship or you speak up for your needs? You do it. Sometimes you're in a one-sided relationship because you feel obligated. You've been like, I've been friends with this person for so long. I don't really know how to get out of it or shift out of it. I kind of feel obligated when this person asks me to hang out. Or you don't feel like you are worthy or deserving of a reciprocal relationship, that you have just had so many relationships where you're the giver and you have a taker, and in your friendships are takers. And this could be in a friendship, it can be in a partnership, it could be in a marriage, whatever it is. You could have like a one-sided relationship where you're the one that's giving and putting all the effort all the time. Do you attract people who only call on you when they need something and shower you with a lot of attention just because they need something from you, and the minute that you provide their need, they're gone and they're with other friends or other people, and they don't think about inviting you, they think about inviting other people, only call you when they want something? So all of these, if you're starting to ask yourself these questions, that's great, because it's a wake-up call. You're starting to evaluate and sit here and go, this isn't really working for me anymore. I don't feel good. I don't feel comfortable in these relationships. I feel like I'm the one that's overgiving. And as you go through awakening and start shifting your energy and your patterns that attract one-sided relationships, you want to be kind to yourself and gentle with yourself, because actually these relationships are letting you know where you have unhealed parts within yourself. You may not feel worthy enough or valuable enough. So these are just wake-up calls to direct your attention inward and start self-connecting to yourself. Give yourself what you overgive to other people. Start overgiving to yourself. And here are some reasons why we overgive. Why did we get into this pattern of overgiving? A lot of it comes from, you may feel like you don't feel safe in receiving love and support, because when you did receive love and support, or you opened yourself up to receiving love or support, you were criticized or judged or mocked or something like that. I know that that's how it was in my family. When I wanted to give love or support, it was kind of like looked at as weakness. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? A lot of, the banter was criticizing each other in our family, or downing each other and laughing, making fun of each other and laughing at each other. And to, give love support and say, hey, I really like you. I'm really glad you're my sister or brother, or I love you, mom. That stuff just wasn't part of the dynamic of my growing up. So I didn't feel comfortable receiving somebody focusing on me, because I was taught to put my focus on outside of myself. What do you want? What do you need? Sacrifice myself for you. And a lot of times we give to gain value or gain worthiness. Like if somebody relies on us and counts on us and is always, asking for our help or wanting us to be there, we kind of feel a sense of worth and value in that. And that's why sometimes we overgive, because we do find our worth and value outside of ourselves through overgiving and people wanting that from us. It also gives us like a sense of purpose and importance when we overgive, because people are reaching out to us and wanting us, but it's coming from a place of scarcity, not coming from a place of abundance and love. You may have an unresolved belief that you're not worthy or valuable enough to be liked for you. You feel that you can only be liked if you're giving or providing, or giving yourself away, abandoning yourself for other people, or being the person who's always there for somebody, to be the rescuer or the savior for somebody else. But you're not receiving anything in return, and that's one-sided. For many years, you might have not thought anything about it, because we hide in that sense of overgiving. Like, let me give to you. Let me do this for you. Let me do that for you. Let me fix this for you. Somebody listening to us all the time or seeking our guidance. We can hide us not facing ourselves and what we actually want for ourselves in the relationship. That it is important to want somebody to turn that attention back on us and ask us, well, what do you want? How do you feel? What do you think? What do you want to do? We can, and a lot of times we may have been conditioned to overgive, to give love in our family dynamic. We had to, just be this perfect little person that our parent wanted us to be in order to receive love. So we give to their wanting, we give to satisfy who they want us to be. So we give by, let me be this person so I can receive love. Let me be this person so you'll speak good about me. Let me be this person so you'll give me attention. And we give ourselves away, actually, and give a false part of ourselves to gain attention or approval or recognition. And then we just learn to do this throughout our lives, through our friendships, relationships, work relationships. We overgive because we're in fear of abandonment or rejection. Like, if I don't give to this person, maybe they won't want to be my friend anymore, or maybe this person won't want to date me anymore. So we overgive and shower the person with attention, when actually it's the opposite. People kind of like it when you hold back and you're not giving yourself away. They kind of like that little tug and pull, not in a negative way, but they want to know that you're not fully available to them, because it lets them know that you have your own identity, your own personality, your own thoughts and opinions, that you're not just holding on to, well, what do you want to do? Let me give this to you, and letting them drive all of the decisions or all of the energy of and directing what you're going to do, what you're not going to do. And then they decide to direct their energy somewhere else, on somebody else, and it's not towards you. And then you feel left out because you don't have your own identity of doing things that, do what you want to do, and that you guys are complementing. Instead, your whole focus is on what do they want and how can I provide whatever they want so they'll stay with me and not choose other things in life or not choose somebody else over me. And that keeps you stuck in relationships. And when you overgive, you can get a burst of anger because you're resentful. I keep giving, and you think that the person's going to go, oh my gosh, they gave me all this stuff. Let me give back to them. No, the cycle is you give and they take. And that's the cycle. The cycle is already built on kind of being not for you. It's already built on you giving and them taking, and they don't know any other way but to take from you. And sometimes we overgive because of neglect that you received growing up in childhood. And love and acceptance and security was earned through giving and being like this, quote, perfect child, or being who mom wanted me to be, or dad wanted me to be, or sister wanted me to be. And you did away with what was right for you and doing what was right for the other person. You may have had a narcissistic parent and your whole focus is on them outside of yourself, to abandon yourself, to give to them, please them, so they won't get upset or be mad at you. And I had a narcissistic parent, which was my dad, and that was it. It was just, how can I please him so he won't rage on me or get upset with me or reject me or give me, dirty looks of unapproval because I'm not doing what he wants me to do, or I'm not being the person that he wants me to be. So I learned to scan, like, what do you need? What do you want? What can I give you so you'll be upset? So you won't be upset and you'll be happy with me. How can I condition myself to be who you want me to be? And that does not work, because you lose yourself in people and you self-abandon, and then you get upset because none of your needs are getting met. It's all focused one-sided on that one person to please them, to save yourself from getting ridiculed or judged. And then that perspective carries out into the other relationships that you have in life with friends or partner, spouse, work relationships. What can I do to please them so they won't get upset with me? Although they're not going to be mad at you, but that's the framework that you've been working in to do things for people so they won't get upset with you or reject you, or so they'll, quote, it's a fake love you through you overgiving yourself, to overgiving and giving yourself away. So all of these are a wake up call. It's, you recognize that overgiving is not leading to deeper connections, but rather to resentment and exhaustion. When you overgive, you're exhausted because the whole focus is outside of yourself on them, but it's also an escape from yourself to not face what is right for you and to really think about, I want love, I want acceptance, I want nurturing, I want somebody to think about me. So you may feel you don't deserve that, so you give to other people so you don't have to face that I want these things for myself as well. A wake-up calls you start questioning your patterns. Why do I keep attracting non-reciprocal relationships? What is it about me that's attracting these non-reciprocal relationships? I've gone through this and I'm going through this right now. Like, why am I attracting one-sided relationships? Some of my relationships are reciprocal and going great. Some of my other relationships, why am I attracting these one-sided relationships? So I'm starting, I'm looking deeper within myself. What is it about me that I'm feeling not worthy of or important enough or valuable enough to attract a reciprocal relationship where we give to each other, where somebody thinks about me and I think about them? I make plans with somebody and somebody calls me to make plans. You realize you're in an emotionally unavailable relationship because you're the one that's giving all the effort and all the attention and asking all the questions. You're the one that's making all the plans. You say you want to do something and the person says yes. And then you're like, okay, well, do you want to do this at this time? Well, we'll go here and we'll go there. And constantly all the person does is say yes and jump in the car with you. They're not calling you back another day and saying, hey, do you want to go to lunch? Do you want to go on a hike? Do you want to go hang out? Do you want to do this? Do you want to go out with my group of friends, my other friends? It's only them responding to you. There's no interaction of them. You guys have good time. You're having a fun time when you make all the plans and you make all the effort, but they don't lift one finger to do anything back for you. So these are just, wake up calls on you realizing, I want something more for myself. I want something better for myself. I want deeper connected relationships. I want vulnerability and intimacy in my relationships, meaning I want to talk about things when things, kind of aren't going, I feel that things aren't going really well, that I want to talk to this person in a nonchalant, unconfrontational way and say, hey, this really hurt me when this happened, or I feel like I'm the one that's always putting out the effort. I don't feel like you're the one putting out, you're asking me to do anything. And you can put that out there. If the person really wants to reciprocate, they're going to put the effort into calling you and making those plans. If they don't want to reciprocate and they don't care and they're like, they're not even thinking about you. They're like, oh, great. Okay. This person told me that they want to hear more from me or they want me to reach out, and then they don't reach out. Let the relationship go. It's okay. That's just a one-sided thing. They're like, yeah, I'm fine if you plan everything. I don't have to think about anything and you do everything. I'm fine in that relationship, but you're realizing that's not fine for me anymore, and you release them. So how do we start having reciprocal relationships? And a little bit about the goal of having a reciprocal relationship is having reciprocity is the foundation of a thriving, abundant relationship. When both people feel valued, appreciated, and supported, the relationship flourishes. True abundance comes when we are giving and receiving in the relationship, and it's harmonious, where we're flowing in and out. I give and you give. I receive, you receive. And where love, effort, and emotional support flow naturally between both people. And that, again, can be a partner, a spouse. It could be friends. It could be interactions at work. If there's a harmony and flow between that reciprocation, and that harmony and flow derives from you feeling worthy and valuable for receiving that reciprocal relationship. You're not trying to get something from it. Like, I'm trying to get validation. I'm trying to get belonging. I'm trying to get love. I'm trying to get something out of the relationship by overgiving. When you feel you're worthy of receiving, you feel loving and valuable and worthy. And you're coming and you shift from giving from a place of fear to giving from a place of abundance without expecting or needing something in return. So that's where the goal of having a reciprocal relationship, but the goal comes from internal work and you connecting to yourself. So how to heal from overgiving. You want to have clarity of what reciprocity looks like for you. What does a reciprocal relationship look like? You write down the kind of relationship you want to have with people, because you want to envision having this relationship with people is that it's giving and loving and accepting and fun and adventurous and dependable. And so you write these things down, but you also have to realize that you want to be giving to yourself, loving to yourself, accepting to yourself, feeling that you're coming from a place of, I am important to have a reciprocal relationship. I am loving. I am kind. I am worthy and deserving of having this. And that may take a little bit of a shift to turn into, I feel deserving of a reciprocal relationship. And if I'm not getting it, I want to let that person go. Learn how to value yourself without needing external validation. I value me because I'm important enough to me. Somebody else doesn't need to see that importance in order me to feel that validation for myself. I have something, I have something to offer in this relationship just like this other person does. You're not looking at them and putting them on a pedestal and going, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky that I'm in this relationship. No, you're looking at it as a win-win. We're both fortunate to have this relationship. They're fortunate to have me. I'm fortunate to have them. You want to work on some shadow work. What are some subconscious beliefs that you're having about yourself that keeps you from having reciprocal relationships? It could be, I don't feel worthy or loving of having a reciprocal relationship. You want to ask, let me look here real quick. You may feel like the only way that I can have a relationship is if I'm overgiving or overextending myself. You were taught that the only way to have relationship with people is to overgive and overextend yourself. And in shadow work, ask your subconscious before you go to bed, what beliefs do I hold that keeps me from having reciprocal relationships? What am I believing about myself to attract one-sided relationships? And you might be believing, I'm not deserving, I'm not worthy, I'm not valuable, I have nothing to offer. They have everything. I'm not the one that has anything to offer. And so when you ask yourself this before you go to bed, your subconscious works on this at night to give you the answer. The answer may take it the next day, a couple of days, a few weeks. But if you release with no expectation, meaning like, I have to figure this, you release and you ask your subconscious, bring it to my attention. What am I doing? How am I being that is creating this one-sided relationship? You want to say, you want to have you want to say to yourself and affirm, I want loving and affirming and balanced relationships in myself. If you feel like this isn't true, or if you feel like this isn't true, or it's uncomfortable when you say, I deserve balanced and deserving relationships in myself with people, that uncomfortableness that you feel are the blocks that you're feeling. Like it doesn't feel like a true statement for you. Ask yourself more questions. Why does this not feel like a true statement for me? Why do I believe that this is not true for me, that I can have loving, reciprocal relationships? So when you want to work on your self-worth and self-value, and I have videos that you can look at that talk about how to have self-worth and self-value. And when you heal the parts of yourself that are blocking you from having reciprocal relationships, like self-worth, self-value, or deserving, or whatever that block may be, you will automatically have energetic boundaries because you aren't self-abandoning yourself to please other people. You know you deserve reciprocal relationships, and that energy will speak for itself when you stand in your own worth and your own value. So hope this kind of explains it for you. If you know somebody that would like this video, forward it to them, share it with them. Also, hit the subscribe button so you can hear more about what I have to talk about. And I will see you on the next video. I really appreciate you being here and I value your support. Thanks a lot. Bye.